What is up, you guys? Gold Pody here today in the 2018 Mercedes-Benz E-Class Coupe, courtesy of Sun Motor Cars in Mechanicsburg, PA. And I specifically requested this one today because of the emerald green paint color, which I absolutely love. So without further ado, let's start with pricing. And so to start, the E400 with the rear-wheel drive setup is going to start at $58,900. Then there is the 4MATIC all-wheel drive that is going to start at $61,400. But so regardless of what setup you go with, the power plant is going to be the same. Powering the 2018 E400 is going to be a 3-liter twin-turbo V6, putting out 329 horsepower at around 5,200 RPM and 354 pound-feet of torque available at 1,600 RPM. Power again is going to be sent to either rear wheels or all wheels through a 9-speed automatic transmission. And when it comes to 0 to 60 times, it's going to come in at 5.5 seconds for the rear wheel drive and 5.2 seconds for the all-wheel drive. And if you were interested, miles per gallon on this one is going to come in at 20 in the city, 26 on the highway, using premium unleaded fuel. And this one does come with an eco start-stop system as well, meaning when you're stopped at a stop sign or a red light, the vehicle will automatically shut off for you, saving a couple MPGs there as well. But so the next thing I wanted to mention, there is a little toggle switch labeled dynamic, and that is going to be your dynamic select options. That's going to give you the choice between eco, comfort, sport, sport plus, and individual. And of course, those driving modes are going to adjust things like the throttle response, shift points, steering sensitivity, and the air suspension if your vehicle is equipped with that. And speaking of suspension, when it comes to the standard setup on this one, it is going to come with the lowered suspension with the selective damping system, which automatically adjusts each individual shock absorber based on the road conditions and the driving style. And then, like I was previously mentioning, there is the optional air body control system, which is going to be your air suspension. That is going to add an additional $1,900, but that is going to contribute to an even smoother ride and a firmer ride around the corners as well, really giving you the best of both worlds. But so now, since I have not done it yet, you guys, let's do a quick little paddle shifter test. By the way, this one does come with magnesium paddle shifters, so definitely high quality there. And let's see how quickly these things are going to react for us here. Okay, so there is a slight delay. Love that the E400 has paddle shifters, but there is an ever so slightly delay with these. So, but now let me take it out of paddle shifter mode. Now let's do a quick little acceleration with the car dictating when to shift. So much better. Twin turbo V6 feels absolutely amazing on the E400, I gotta say. Definitely an insane acceleration, pins you in the back of your seat. Absolutely love it. Let's open another feature I did want to mention, although it's not as pronounced in the E400 because this one is quite quiet inside the cabin, but I can hear backfire coming out the exhaust in the back, and I absolutely love that. But again, it's not that pronounced when you're inside the vehicle because this one is quite quiet. But so that with all that go, braking is definitely equally important. Up front, there are perforated front discs with the Mercedes-Benz logo on the silver brake calipers, and those front and rear discs are going to size up at 361 millimeters, in case you were curious. And when it comes to visibility, it's not as much as I typically see in coupes, but it's not all that bad. Certainly not as bad as, let's say, a Chevy Camaro, but it's definitely doable back there. And I will say, for additional visibility, there is a heads-up display available to better help you keep your eyes on the road as well. And so, but enough with the driving dynamics, you guys. Let's check out the exterior of the 2018 E-Class Coupe. So to start, Mercedes-Benz describes the E-Coupe as sensual purity, although I am not sure what exactly that means. This one does look absolutely gorgeous, definitely a big fan. But starting up front, there is a chrome diamond block front grille. As always, definitely looks good. To the sides, there are LED headlights with the automatic feature, meaning when it starts to get dark out, those headlights will turn on automatically for you. And along with that, there are LED daytime running lights up there. And then looking down at the front bumper, this one does have the AMG line styling, which adds an additional $2,500 to the price, which is going to give you slightly different ground effects, including those side skirts, as well as the front bumper, which is revised for more aggressive styling up there. And make your way to the sides, there is a staggered 18-inch wheel design for the AMG line. That is what you were looking at right now. But the standard setup is going to come with 18-inch 5-spoke wheels, and there are 19-inch wheel designs available as well. And then looking up at the side mirrors, they do come power adjustable. They are heated side mirrors with integrated turn signals, and this one does come with a pillarless hardtop design, which looks like one big open window when the windows are down, both front and rear windows, I should say. Definitely unique, and I am a huge fan of that as well. And then making our way to the back, there are LED wraparound taillights seats with that Stardust look back there, along with E400 badging, and there is a rear spoiler available for an additional $350 if you were interested. But just below it all, there are dual exhaust outlets with chrome tips, so as always, you guys, here is that exhaust clip. And now, since we are around back, I first did want to mention to open the trunk, simply press the key fob if you wanted to, and that trunk is going to open itself. And then to close it, there's actually a button on the trunk, so simply press that and walk away. And again, the trunk is going to close itself for you. As far as cargo capacity goes, there are no numbers on Mercedes-Benz website quite yet at the time of this review, but for reference, I can still show it to you guys. So this is how much space is back there. And if that was not quite enough though, those rear seats do fold down for a ton of added space if you needed it. And when it comes to that rear legroom, that comes in at 34.1 inches. So for reference, I'm an even 6 feet tall. This is how much space I had back there. And I will say for those rear passengers, there are dual center cup holders back there, along with rear ventilation looking forward as well. Then when it comes to the front seats, they are power adjustable front seats with 4-way lumbar support and memory settings for up to 3 different drivers. And those front seats do come with integrated head restraints inspired by race car seats, and definitely a subtle but nice touch there. And as we have all come to expect from Mercedes-Benz, those multi-contour front seats with the massage feature are available for an additional $950 on this one as well. But then looking forward, there is a tilt and telescoping steering wheel, and it is going to be finished with a hand-stitched Napa leather, and there is a flat-bottom steering wheel available if you wanted it. But so then when it comes to the startup, this is a very heavy-duty key. I'm definitely liking the quality of this, but just to show you guys the key here, you do have lock, unlock, that button for the rear trunk, and that Mercedes-Benz logo front and center, but it is all keyless access, and there actually is a key holder within the cargo area up front here as well, so that is definitely nice. But anyways, simply put your foot on the brake and press that engine start button there. But then, so once started up, there are dual 12.3-inch high-resolution display screens. First one is going to be your gauges, of course, which are going to be completely customizable because they are digital. And to start, it actually gives you 3 different setups you can view, including the classic setup, along with a sports setup, which is going to give you a yellowish hue, definitely looks good. And then the last setup is called the progressive setup, which is my personal favorite on this one. Gives you a tachometer front and center with a digital speedometer right in the middle of that, along with what day of the week it is and the date as well. So definitely nice there. And there are absolutely so many different ways you can really customize this, so including displaying your Bluetooth settings up there, of course your trip information, you can display safety features up there, or the navigation as well. I am an absolute huge fan of this gauge display. But then when it comes to overall interior quality, a panorama roof actually comes standard, loving that, lets in so much more light, and there is a top stitch dash trim that comes standard, along with plenty of wood grain accents available, including elm wood, senwood, ash wood, magnolia wood, whatever you want to go with. And I am loving the wood trim I have on this one. Definitely goes good with the very light color leather as well. And there are HomeLink garage door openers, dual zone climate control, illuminated door sills, and I love that the seams on these seats are also vertical because it doesn't leave any awkward pressure points, so definitely a huge fan of that. And one of the best things about the E400 Coupe is there is ambient lighting available with 64 different colors. It is all LED lighting, completely lights up the car. Absolutely amazing display, especially at night. I wish I was driving this one at night right now to show you guys. Definitely a huge fan of that as well, and that is going to lead me into the tech. And so like I was mentioning, there is also that other 12.3-inch high-resolution display. And by the way, to control what is on that, simply use the circular dial and touchpad controller just to the right of the driver's right knee there. And up there, you can search through plenty of different things, including the radio settings, media information, Bluetooth and audio streaming. You could turn on and off the safety features if you wanted to. And also, there's a ton of information available for the car as well. You can check out the climate control up there, the dynamic select, letting you know what driving mode you're in, of course. And if you go to the seats option, you can go to the massage section, giving you the choice between a relaxing massage, activating, classic, mobilizing. Definitely a good bit of massage options because that is very important in a vehicle, of course. And you can actually adjust the lumbar support and the side bolsters via that section as well, but Then I wanted to mention the light settings on this one, because when you go to the ambient light, this is where you can really customize all of these different light settings, including making all the ambient light pink. You can make it lime green, you can make it yellow, gold, blue. Definitely a ton of different hues available for this one, and I am absolutely loving that. But I did also want to mention this one does come standard with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so you can like and dislike your Pandora songs up on that screen, as well as you have navigation through Google Maps, again through that Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. And you do have a factory navigation standard with this one as well, along with 3 years of free map updates. Well done, Mercedes-Benz, for offering that. It's definitely nice. And there are dual USB ports in front of all those controls up there as well. But now let me get to the sound system on this one, because there are actually plenty of options there. Standard sound system is going to be an 8-speaker sound system with a front bass system. Then there is the optional Burmester surround sound system available with the Premium 1 package. That is going to give you 13 speakers and 590 watts. Then there is the Burmester high-end 3D surround sound system for an additional $850. That is going to give you 23 speakers, nearly 1,500 watts just about, ceiling mounted speakers as well. That's crazy. And an additional sub in the trunk. And so the sound system I have today, though, is that Burmester surround sound system, the 13 speakers, 590 watts. So let's turn on the radio and test out the clarity of that one. For a really old song, absolute ridiculous amount of bass, crystal clear. Huge fan of that 13 speaker sound system by Burmester, definitely recommended. But then last thing I wanted to mention with the tech is when you do put this one in reverse, there is a reverse camera letting you know who or what is behind you, so you don't go running anything or anyone over, which, as always, is going to lead me into safety. And so I wanted to start the safety today with, besides that reverse camera, there is active park assist available, and that button's going to be located with all the other tech controls. But when you press that button, the E400 is going to scan the parking lot that you're in, identify an open parking space, and then ask you if you want to pull in or back in. And then once you select that option, you simply just put it in reverse and let the E400 do all the steering, all the gas, all the braking, and it will come to a complete stop before you actually hit a vehicle, and then put the vehicle in park when it's done parking it. I've experienced that. That is what I'm going to show you guys right now. It is absolutely mind-blowing that cars can do that these days. Little bit scary, but you do get used to it, and I am a huge fan of that. But so then continuing, there is front, side, and side curtain airbags, as well as a driver's knee airbag that comes standard. There are rear side airbags available for an additional $450 as well. And there's also attention assist, which Mercedes-Benz is known for, and that's going to monitor your driving habits. So the car is going to let you know when it detects drowsiness. It's going to ask you to get some coffee or energy drinks or something like that. Then there's also blind spot assist. That's available for an additional $550 by itself. Although with the Premium 1 package, that does come with that one as well. It's going to add an additional $3,700. That is also going to add that active parking assist I just mentioned, along with rear cross traffic alert. And lastly, the Premium 3 package, which is actually the package option I have today. That's going to add $10,200, but that's going to give you adaptive cruise control, active steering assist, which keeps you centered in the lane. Also evasive steering assist, active blind spot assist, active lane keeping assist, active lane change assist, active brake assist, emergency braking, speed limit recognition, surround view camera, heads up display, and Pre-Safe Plus, which detects when a collision is likely, and then it will tension the safety belts and apply the brakes when it feels it is needed. And so, but anyways, that is about it for this one, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. Feel free to follow me on social media at the bottom of the screen there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay gold. Oh my gosh, twin turbo V6, that's right. Almost forgot. Almost. This thing is ridiculous. Good grief, this thing gets up to speed quick, son.